Okay, when you create a project, you clearly need to give it a name. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stop and think about naming your projects before you dive in. Now there's going to be a search option in Xero for finding your projects, so bear that in mind when you're naming them. So here's an example. I have a business that's an architectural business and they're going to be using projects. What are they going to name their projects? Now you could just give them numbers and that's all right. So you could start at project number 1 and keep going. But for searching, it might be better to add more to it than that. So possibly use a number, but maybe a further description. So use a description that's going to be meaningful and that will help you to search. So for example, still talking about our architect, it wouldn't be very clever, at least I don't think so, if they named the project house extension or house build, because every other project could be named like that, so that's not very good. Maybe you could name it with your client name, but think about keeping the names short, because in the search field you're probably going to be restricted, so you don't want your names to be huge. So if your client's name is Smith, maybe you would call it SMI. Maybe you've got a client code. And still sticking with our architect, maybe an address makes sense. Or maybe a date in the year. So it could be project 1, SMI for Smith, and then March 2018. Again, another example, if you were a landscape gardener, I don't think it'd be very clever if you called your project Garden Redesign. Might make sense though if it had an address, again if it had a client name. So stop and think about what you want to name your projects, and throughout your business have it similar. Don't let people name their own projects and call them whatever they want. Please put some time into it at the beginning so that it will help you later. But do remember, as always, Xero is very flexible. So if you name your project and you don't like the name or you have a rethink, it's okay, you can go back and change it. But spend a bit of time at the setup stage before you go and name those projects. If you found that useful, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and why don't you subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified of our new videos as and when they appear. Until next time, happy Xeroing!